The following information is provided for educational purposes only and in no way constitutes legal, tax, or financial advice. For legal, tax, or financial advice specific to your business needs, we encourage you to consult with a licensed attorney and/or CPA in your state. The following information is copyright protected. No part of this lesson may be redistributed, copied, modified, or adapted without prior written consent of the author. As we mentioned earlier, there are ongoing requirements with the state of Tennessee. The first of these is called the annual report, which we will discuss in this lesson. The second of these is filing your LLC's taxes. We will discuss taxes in the next lesson. The purpose of the annual report is to keep the state updated with your LLC's contact information. The annual report includes your LLC name, your office address, your registered agent information, and your Secretary of State control number. If you do not have your Secretary of State control number handy, we will show you how to obtain it online in just a few minutes. The filing fee for your annual report is $300, and it is due at the same time every year. It must be paid by the first day of the fourth month after the end of your LLC's fiscal year. Your LLC's fiscal year is also known as your LLC's financial year, the 12-month period you use for accounting and tax purposes. Most of our members use January 1st to December 31st as their LLC's fiscal year. Since this is the most common, we recommend this time frame for your LLC's fiscal year, unless your accountant or tax professional recommends otherwise. If your LLC's fiscal year ends on December 31st, then your annual report will be due by April 1st each year. The annual report can only be filed after the end of your fiscal year. That means if December is the end of your fiscal year, you can file as early as January 1st, but no later than April 1st. We recommend filing your annual report as early as possible just to be on the safe side. For this reason, we recommend putting a repeating reminder on your calendar to file your annual report shortly after the new year. There are two ways you can file your annual report with the state. You can file by mail or you can file online. If you file by mail, you will prepare your annual report on the state's website and then print it out and mail it to the state along with a check or money order to pay the filing fee. If you file online, you will prepare your annual report on the state's website, then submit it electronically and pay the filing fee with a debit or credit card. Filing online is simple and only takes a few minutes. We will walk you through the details in just a second. If your annual report is not filed by the deadline, you have a 60-day grace period. If you fail to file your annual report before the end of the grace period, the state will automatically dissolve, shut down your LLC. As you can see, this is very important, so the state will mail you a reminder at the end of your LLC's fiscal year, most likely in December, to file by the deadline of April 1st. However, we still recommend that you keep a repeating reminder on your calendar in case you don't receive the state's reminder notice. We're now ready to file your annual report. The link below this video will take you to the state's website. Let's get started. Here we are at the state's online website. Again, the link below this video will take you here. There's some basic instructions on the left-hand side. However, we did cover the majority of this. When you're ready, go ahead and hit the Start Now button. The first thing we need to do is we need to enter our Secretary of State control number. If you don't have your control number handy, we can search the database in order to find it. Down here it says if you need to look up your control number, go ahead and click Business Information Search. Go ahead and enter the first few words of your business name. I've entered in the name of the sample company I'm going to use, and then down here where it says Image Text, enter the characters you see on the right for security purposes. Once you do so, go ahead and hit Search. And here's the LLC name I was looking for. And over on the left, you can see the control number is right here, 000450843. You can write this down, or I'm going to highlight that, right-click, and hit Copy. Once you have your control number saved, go ahead and hit the back button, twice. And then on this page, under the annual report, where it says the control number, I'm going to go ahead and paste that in there. So enter the control number in, and then hit Begin. The state's going to then pull up your LLC's information. This is the information that's on the database when you formed the LLC. Make sure it's the correct entity, and then go ahead and hit Continue. It's a pretty simple process. We're basically going to go through the steps across the top, and we're just confirming that the information is the same, or we're going to update the information if there have been changes to our information. First step here, principal office address. If the information has remained the same, you can leave everything as is and then hit continue. Or if you need to change your address, you can do so and then hit continue. Under mailing address, this may be the same as the first step, or it might be different. Make sure the information is up to date and then hit continue. Under registered agent, again, you're confirming here. Note that the state does charge $20 if you make changes to the registered agent information. For this sample company, it was an individual who is the registered agent for the LLC, and that is still the same. We're going to hit continue. Under LLC managers, this is most likely not going to apply, although there are red asterisks down here and it looks like you need to fill out this information. The state already has the members of your LLC on record, and this step here only applies to manager-managed LLCs. The majority of our customers are member-managed LLCs, not manager-managed LLCs. If that's the case, go ahead and select Member-Managed LLC, and then over on the right, select the number of members that are in your company. For this example, I'm going to use 1. Again, down here, this is for adding new managers. Again, this most likely does not apply. This is a single member, and it's a member-managed LLC. I'm then going to hit continue. Under officers, this does also not apply, as this is primarily for manager-managed LLCs, and this would be adding corporate officers. Now, just to clarify, this has nothing to do with the owners or the members of the LLC. These are officers that are hired to help run the business. Again, in this case, you don't need to do anything. You can leave all this blank and make sure that you leave this checkbox here unchecked. So we're not going to do anything here. We're just going to hit continue. On the confirmation page, take a scroll through, confirm everything is correct. You'll see here's the annual report filing fee, as well as the online convenience fee that the state charges. Once you review all the information, go ahead and hit continue. On the next step, we're going to sign the document electronically. We're going to check off I certify. Enter your first name, your last name, and title. For title, you can enter Managing Member. I've entered some sample information. Once you complete this section, go ahead and hit continue, and we're going to be taken to the payment step. Again, we have two options. We can print this document out and then mail it along with the check or money order to pay the filing fee. If that's the case, go ahead and hit the Print This Annual Report, and you'll see that document is going to save it to your computer. If I click Show in Finder, you'll see here that document is now on my desktop, and I can then print it out and send my check or money order to make payment. Or if you'd like to pay online, go ahead and hit File Documents and pay with a debit or credit card. It's going to redirect you to the payment center. On this page, you're going to enter the name on your card, select the type, enter the credit card number, the expiration date, the 3 digits on the back, then enter the billing address associated with that card, and enter your email for a confirmation of payment. Once you have all this information complete, go down and hit Submit, wait for that to be processed. Once the payment has successfully gone through, you'll be able to download a copy of your annual report, and then that concludes this step. Remember, this is important, and you want to make sure that you file this by the first day of the 4th month after the end of your fiscal year. Most likely, your fiscal year will end December 31st, which means this is due every year, and the state must receive it by April 1st. If they don't receive your annual report within the 60-day grace period, they will dissolve and shut down your LLC. Again, we recommend keeping a repeating reminder on your calendar to make sure you do not miss this important step. Once you've submitted your annual report to the state and you've printed a copy for your records, that concludes this lesson. Again, just to drill the point home, make sure you log back into the course next year and file this report before the due date. And that concludes the video.